Fellas, Dustin Poirier is making his final walk to the Octagon this Saturday against Max Holloway for their trilogy bout, okay? Bittersweet time for the Diamond fans, and I hate to see him go, but we're thankful for all the glorious fights he has given us. As a Jiu-Jitsu Chad, I thought it would be great to look back upon some of his greatest Jiu-Jitsu moments, okay? Dustin is a Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Even though he's known for getting in there and scrapping, he's not above for going to the grappling and submitting his opponents, and he has some great submission victories in his career. So without further ado, before he roids up and gets jacked and tan like a Chad should when he retires, let's go ahead and look back upon his career, specifically his Jiu-Jitsu finishes in the Octagon. This first clip we're going to break down is the first fight against Max Holloway at very beginning of their careers in the UFC. Max was 20 here. I believe Dustin was 23. Max at the time was the youngest UFC fighter in the roster. So very new to the ground game. I believe they said he was a white belt during this matchup, but Dustin kind of styles on him with a beautiful mount to armbar transition. And then he transitions from this beautiful armbar to a triangle. Max is a dog. Look at Steve Mazzagatti. He ain't stopping nothing. Max, that pace of agony. Boom. Beautiful switch to the triangle. Great angle cut on it as well. Dead to rights, but Max, being a freaking dog, does not want to tap to it. So Dustin's forced to come up on top to make this thing even tighter and worse. Max still does not tap. He's like, you're gonna have to break my friggin' arm. And you know, Dustin does exactly that. He tries to bicep curl defense. Not a good idea. That arm is broken. Let's go ahead and rewind a little bit back from that armbar and go back to the feet and see how Dustin got Max to the ground here. Does a good job shooting a double leg of Max into the cage. Gets that lock underneath the butt there, which makes it easier to lift Max, okay? If you could ever get your hands locked underneath your opponent's butt on a shot, on a double leg, the chances of you finishing it increase drastically, okay? So beautiful job locking the hands, picking Max up, and boom, bringing him down. Uses that to walk up into a beautiful guard pass into mount. I mean, just a nice, beautiful transition without even hesitating, gets chest to chest, boom, climbs into mount, and we all know what happens from here. He hits the nice armbar finish. Here, Dustin is in top half guard, which really half guard is not a good guard for MMA because your head is in a very close distance to the top man's hands. So you're going to get freaking hammer fisted and you're going to get freaking punched in the body here. You can't really break their posture very well, like with a closed guard. So really, in MMA, you kind of either want to do a closed guard or work to stand up. Because half guard here, very dangerous spot to be. You can get rained down with punches, and those punches, which Dustin is using now, will set up what will be the brabo choke or the darce, which he hits here. So here he's setting it up. Elbow, guy tries to get up into that classic underhook half guard sweep and try to eliminate space so Dustin doesn't hammer fist him some more. But that allows Dustin to shoot this right arm in between his arm and the guy's neck. And Dustin has a very long wingspan, so the brabo choke is one of his favorites because he can lock it up pretty easily. Like the Rutolos have a long wingspan, it allows you to lock up brabo from almost anywhere. Whereas if you're a shorter guy with shorter arms, some T-Rex arms, you're not going to be able to hit this move. But yeah, guy comes up for that underhook, boom, he catches the brabo, and he sits to his hip towards the head. And so the guy taps, beautiful finish. So really, he finished it without the best mechanics, right? You want this shoulder, this arm between your legs to really get that shoulder pressure on the other side of this carotid, but some people will tap to that because it is just such a freaking tight choke on that one side. Anywho, great finish by Dustin. Here in this bout, we got Dustin utilizing the hands for his opponent to take a bad shot, and once again, setting up the bravo choke. So, really what sets this up is his devastating knockout power, right? This guy's hurt, he's in trouble, takes a crappy shot, face down, butt up, beautiful sprawl by Dustin, hips in, chest up, feet back, driving, sliding down, and he doesn't jump immediately to the bravo choke. Make sure he defends the takedown well first and then gets to it. So once the takedown is defended, he locks it up the bravo, and see, this guy's doing a good job keeping his arm to the outside, and he can't quite sit to that hip to finish it. So he gets the arm in between him and sits to the other side, and now that is a tight choke, okay? So he couldn't set the man down to the opposite side like he wanted to, so instead he goes the other direction and hips in, traps the arm, and it makes it extremely tight. Walks his hips in. That man was going to go to sleep. Excellent finish once again from the bravo choke. This right here is my favorite sequence of action probably in all of MMA. This was a freaking dope fight, and this sequence right here was absolutely spectacular by both gentlemen, by Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So Mike shoots in. Dustin does a good job sprawling initially, but somehow, look at Michael Chandler. Hits a freaking Cossack squat into a pistol squat to get underneath Dustin's hips. Uses a one-legged squat to freaking pick Dustin up. The amount of horsecockery to do that is insane, okay? That is freaking superhuman. That is crazy that he did that. But Dustin, look at him, cool, calm, collected, not worried about a thing. Collects himself. Michael does a good job getting to the back, but Dustin does an even better job catching that far hook from coming in with his hand, and he throws him off to the side. They're both not wearing shirts, and it's sweaty. It's the third round of a very intense fight, and Mike slips off, okay? He rushes to the back, rushes control, tries to throw that hook in hastily, but Dustin is aware, keeps that side blocked off, catches the foot, and throws it off beautifully. And now he winds up on top, raining down some hammer fists from half guard, which is not a place you want to be. It's all downhill once Dustin Poirier gets atop of Michael Chandler. He's raining down punches. Like I said before, bottom half guard is not a great place to be, so Michael tries to stand up. Dustin slides in that body triangle smoothly. Now all Mike has got to do is he's just trying to fight those hands, because trying to get a body triangle off you from that position is going to be pretty tough. You got to get to one side or the other. You can't do it from your knees. It looks like he's not even trying to go all the way down in order to fight. He's just trying to keep a 2-on-1, and you can see 3 minutes, long time to wait and just hold. Dustin does a good job of hand fighting here to sink in that choke. He gets this near wrist grab. He strips Mike's hand off with the near wrist, controls it with that hand, allowing him to get that right arm underneath the chin. And then he keeps on hand fighting, extends, very tight choke, very tight rear naked choke finish. Excellent work by Dustin. Gritty performance. Excellent. Here Dustin displays some excellent top pressure against Anthony Pettis. Forces Anthony to turtle and exposes his back. Third round of a 5-rounder, so they're pretty slippery. Does a good job following Pettis on the Granby. Inserts a hook and gets a body triangle locked up. Very good body triangle. Does a good job following Pettis. And yeah, that thing is freaking tight. Once again, follows him to the other side, to the underhook side. He probably has more control now than what Pettis was before, but Pettis had to go to that side to try to maybe get the body lock off, but Dustin does a good job switching hooks and getting the other side for the body lock. He's working for the choke, sees he's losing it, and he comes up on top, and during this transition he somehow hurts Pettis' rib, or the pressure was too much, I'm not sure, but something happened, and he gets the tap from an excruciatingly tight body triangle. Pretty freaking Chadley to win via rib poppage of a tight body triangle. There you have it, fellas. Dustin Poirier's submission finishes inside the octagon. We wish Dustin nothing but the Chadley best. If you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Be also supportive to the channel and helpful to me for making these videos. If you either do like a super thanks or buy something using one of my product codes in the description below. X Marshall, Psycho Pharma, Strong Coffee's now a affiliate of ThugJitsu. I have the links down below. You can use ThugJitsu, capital C, rest lowercase, for Psycho Pharma, Strong Coffee, and Johnny Slicks. And then for X Marshall, you can get some sweet rash guards using code ThugJitsu, all capital, no space, no hyphen. And that'll get you 15% off X Marshall, 20% off Psycho Pharma, 10% off Johnny Slicks, and 15% off your order for Strong Coffee. So if you want some delicious coffee, or soap from Johnny Slicks, or freaking supplements, or freaking a sweet new rash guard, just hit up one of those websites and use my code, and that will help out the channel a bunch. It'll help me out. Or if you just don't want anything, you want to be generous, you can give a super thanks. I'll be really appreciative of that. But yeah, looking to make content better for you guys and striving to do better for the Chads. Talk to you Chads later. Bye.